Good morning. I want to talk about something that we as marketers tend to ignore. And I think that's partly why our credibility is often at stake. We love talking about marketing comms, the technology that enables that creativity, marketing comms in terms of what's best, what animations are best. In other words, the way we speak to consumers. Now, all of that's absolutely brilliant, because if consumers do not know what you do and are not interested, then frankly, nothing will really work. So you've got to inform them of it. I want to speak about something else, though. When you grow up as a marketing manager in companies like Unilever, Colgate-Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, and those guys, you are actually responsible, although you do not manage functions like pricing, production, research and development, the formulation of products, because they see it as a holistic entity, and hence the reason why these companies have survived for so long and have been so successful generally, with exception, of course, and at times when innovation lagged, because that I think is the single biggest factor that has made them lag in the past. And generally, they actually correct that after a period of time. They get a more sensible CMO and things change. I just had an example of that, and that is when I arrived in the UK about 10 years ago, I bought a vacuum cleaner. I cannot even remember the name or the brand name of it, because when I saw Dyson, I thought it must be obscene to spend that kind of money on a vacuum cleaner. Well, it worked so badly that I eventually ended up anyway buying a Dyson. Now, the Dyson ironically lasted for 10 years, which is in its own right quite remarkable, given the fact that I've always had dogs with long hair. So a vacuum cleaner has to, take a disproportionate amount of strain to carry on working. Now, recently, the 10-year-old Dyson decided it's certainly no longer going to work, and rightly so, it retired itself, or call it died. So I bought a thing called Akita on Amazon, because it had good ratings and it looked amazing and all of that. Well, frankly, after a month, this dear machine has proved to be utterly and totally useless. And it showed me that product quality remains a fundamental aspect of marketing. Yet it's amazing how often you find companies, when they try and save costs, cut ingredients of fast-moving consumer goods, cut the quality of certain components of manufacturing, and in the process believe that they will make more money, which they do. But that is incredibly short-sighted, because people aren't stupid. They catch on, and after a while, your name will go. And frankly, product quality is so critical to business that without that, you actually do not have a business. Now, I again then ended up buying a Dyson. You guys have probably all seen this wonderful book by James Dyson, the major British inventor that has become quite iconic in Europe and the US, mainly in Australia. In those countries, he actually holds a fairly dominant market share, and understandably so, because the products really work. They last for a long, long time. His technology is far superior to anybody else, and you can buy a Dyson and know that it'll actually clean the surface, even if you have 4 dogs, like I had at one point, with very, very long hair. Whereas with most other vacuums, it doesn't happen. So product quality, guys, please do not cut in that area. I always used to say to clients, there are two things you do not cut. You don't cut product quality, and you secondly do not cut back on logistics. In other words, if people are not able to find your brand when they go shopping, or they're not able to find your site, or they're not able to navigate your website properly and easily, then you're really just not in the market and you're just not available to be bought. The rest of marketing is, of course, important, but without those two factors, you can be as good as you are in all the other areas, but it will not work. And I say that again, without having your logistics, therefore your distribution, as well as the quality of your brand as best as it can be, you will not succeed. Those two things are paramount, because people may buy once, but they won't again. And secondly, very few people will go from website to website or store to store to find your brand if it's not in stock. People are just not. Very few brands are that important in people's lives that they will shop around. So yes, you do find that Apple has a disproportionate, massive advantage price-wise over people like Samsung. And why? Because their quality is better. You just have to pick up an Apple telephone or any other Apple device, and you just feel that it's actually better. You don't even have to go into the reasons why. It is pretty obvious that it is better. So those factors, guys, are critical. So please do not tamper with that. If you tamper with that, you actually tamper with the heart of your business. You're not tampering with whether you have nice advertising or bad advertising, or whether your technology is well aligned or badly aligned. You're actually touching the heart of the business, satisfying the needs of consumers, which is the fundamental aspect of all business. That is what business is designed to do, and that is what business must do. So just a quick reminder this morning with my broken Dyson and my, call it, attempt to buy an Arnica. I've never heard of it before, by the way, because many brands we buy these days on Amazon, for instance, are dealer-owned brands. It's brands that are just named by Amazon, manufactured for and named by Amazon. And I ended up buying a Dyson. And the Dyson literally within an hour cleaned everything the previous machine couldn't clean in a month. So do not tamper with those factors. They are really, really critical. So all of the best for the week, and we'll speak soon. Cheers, Bye.